The hotel's just over there somewhere, on the other side of that water.
The hotel always in the village, far from the city. It's field or region.
I want to hope there's a bridge that we can get across. Oh, this is a restaurant. It's a restaurant. One of the funny things about Hoi An is that you can just drive around down the side streets, the country lanes, and you'll come across places like this. Just so random, but also so beautiful. So, as you may have seen on the sign outside, they do cooking classes here as well as a restaurant, but usually they're aimed at foreigners, and perhaps it's expensive, I don't know. There's a good chance that I'm going to get stared at while recording. Look how cool this place is. Punching bag day for the workout. Some swings. Quite chilled. Surprisingly, I've not been approached. You probably get used to tourists just wandering in. But I probably should get to the hotel because it'd be quite cool to do some filming before I check in maybe of the surrounding area. But actually the hotel is very close to the hotel I just stayed at.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome home.
Thank you. Wow, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I stayed in the Serene Hotel before, and it's quite close to that. This is like a death trap. Did you go across here? I don't think I'm going to go across there, it's a bit sketchy. Yeah, let's go to the hotel. So I'm finally here at the Rustic Villa. I'm here for one night, so let's go and check it out. So I've already checked in, to be fair, and I've received the room key. Okay, so let's have a check out the room number 6. It's even got a rustic feel to the key, huh? Rustic villas, Hoi An. Not a bad little view. Right, let's go inside and have a look. Wow, a nice little touch. So swans, even swans. So there's even a desk where I can sit there and do some work. Nice. And apparently she said this door doesn't open. But this leads to a little balcony. A chair to relax. And guess what? To have some beers. So nice little view of Hoi An there. So we have a cupboard. Let's have a little look inside. Ah, great, we have a kettle. But do we have coffee? So we have a kettle, let's have a look inside. Clean. Yeah, it's not bad, there's a few marks in there, but what do you expect, you know, kettles get old. They get a few marks now and again. Yeah, we have a kettle. And there are some slippers or flip-flops. And the mini bar. Let's have a look at the price list. Coke 20, 7-Up 20 water 15, local beer, that is LaRue 20 and Heineken 30. 20 isn't bad. Obviously you buy in the shop for a lot cheaper. Well, not a lot cheaper, but a little bit cheaper. They're going to make a profit. But I don't see Heineken. Maybe nobody drinks it. Oh, and a couple of coat hangers, nice. Not like I'll use them. And we have some complimentary water. And again, going with a rustic feel, we have a rustic table, which is actually quite cool. And yep, nice clean teapot, some cups. They look clean as well. There's a little mark there. They look fairly clean. And some complimentary water. The other hotel also had water in the same jar. And looks like a lamp. It is canny how all the furniture matches with the rustic feel, including the bin. So let's check out the bathroom. Wow, the bathroom is huge. Look at the size of that bath. So this bathtub could easily fit 2 people in, but I think it would take quite a while to fill up. Should we see how long it will take? What time is it now? It's 1:30. No, it's 1:50. Let's see how long it takes to fill up this bathtub. Okay. So I timed the bath, and it took about 15 minutes to fill it up, which I guess is not so bad, considering the size of it. The mirror is rustic as well. So check this bad boy out. Look at this table. It's really vintage. Look at it. It's a sewing table that they used to that people used in the past. You would put your feet on there. It would turn the wheel, and somehow you would sew. Obviously, I'm no sewing expert, but I'm sure some people know how to use it to the full extent. And I'm guessing in here you must probably have kept your sewing equipment in there. It looks like it would be that kind of thing. Yeah. And down here we have an incense candle. Because this room, it smells absolutely gorgeous. It smells so good. It's so therapeutic. I just love this smell. The only thing is that if you put your feet on there while sitting at the table, there's a good chance you're gonna get burnt, which happened to my missus. Yeah. So that's a bit of a downer. I don't know why you would put that there. It's a bit of a silly place to put something that's very hot. But anyway, that's only a small issue. But yeah, what a cool table, huh? What a cool table. And the mirror really matches with that table as well. Going for the rustic, the vintage look. And even the lamp, the cord, is in the theme of this hotel. How cool is that? At first I was like, what's that? But yeah. Obviously this, I think, was done when they were designing the room, because obviously the wire is in here and someone's wrapped this piece of rope around it. But it looks great. It looks great. It really matches with the room and everything that they are trying to achieve. It's quite nice. And even the headrest of the bed is pretty cool. It is. Obviously headrests are usually a bit taller than this, but I mean whatever. It goes with the theme of the room. Yeah. Makes you wonder if they are custom made. Let's just go back onto the balcony a minute. So there's a chair. Looks quite relaxing. It does. I mean, like in the evening, it might be quite nice to sit out here, but you might get bitten by mosquitoes. And there's an authentic looking house just next door there, a traditional style house. And if you look on top of this roof, right here, you'll see a pair of underpants. Now, how they got up there, I'm not sure. My only guess is that's blown off one of these balconies. And I don't know if you can see very well, but they look like Puma, so they're not bad. Not bad underwear. It's a shame that someone's lost them. I mean, who knows, there might be someone later on might find a way to get on top of here and retrieve his kegs. Yeah. Yeah, look at the view. Look at the view, look at the view. Hoi An views never fail to amaze me. So let's have a look outside. So here we have a nice little seating area, but of course it's kind of like looking in on that other room, so it's not very private if you want to sit there. And as you can see here, you can see right into that bedroom. And here you can see the pool. The pool is not very big. I mean, it's enough what you need. Yeah, but I'm guessing that might be another one of their rooms over there. Hopefully they have coffee here in the morning. For the breakfast, it's quite limited. They only have like egg, banh mi au blanc, and some noodles. But you did say that you would run out and get something that I really wanted to eat for breakfast. I really like bangoon, so I don't know, we'll see. Or I might just have egg. But yeah, for the price that you pay, you don't really expect all that much. But in comparison to the other place that I stayed in, which was a little bit more expensive, you got a bit more. But this one's closer to the town, I believe. Anyway, let's have a little look upstairs. when we got here, we were actually going to leave because we thought I really enjoy a breakfast in the morning. And the real lack of breakfast put me off a little bit. But the room itself really convinced me to stay, because I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different and something with a decent budget so that you guys can see what you can get for your price. And also, this hotel is not the average modern hotel. It doesn't give off that feel. You know, it gives off a rustic vibe. That's what it's going for. So it's something a little bit different. I was going to go in that room, but I best not. These hotels that I'm kind of showing you are not like huge in terms of exploration. You know, there's only certain places that you can go. Unlike some of the bigger hotels, I guess, that are more expensive, you could stay there and have a bit more of an exploration. But here, and other budget hotels that are quite nice, but also quite small. So I'm gonna go back to the room, and later I'll jump in the pool and show you a close-up view of the pool. Right, let's see if we can check out the pool. Now it's quiet. But actually, if you look on the floor, apparently the design, the pattern, these types of flooring used to be quite common in the olden days in Vietnam. So that's why they have it here. And it runs throughout. And it also, they also have it in the apartment as well, which is pretty cool. Yeah, this is the pool area. It's quite private. It's quite a private pool, which is quite nice. Except for, you know, if someone's staying over there, they can check in on you. Yeah. Check out the pool. And yeah, I'll tell you the cost at the end of this video. So I think it's time for a dip. Whoa, it's deep. Yeah, it is quite chilled, huh? When we checked in, really welcoming. They gave us a welcome drink. It was quite a nice addition. It was non-alcoholic, obviously, but it was nice. I think the owner actually lives just in that building there. So when I pulled up outside of there, and there was a family inside there. And he was like, "Are you David?" And I was like, "Yep, I am." This place is definitely for Western people, I think. I think it could probably be Rustic. Here might be Western. Like the other hotels that have a mixture of different nationalities. This place feels as well. It's aimed for Western people. Right now I can hear the Western people having a conversation with a staff member. But it's all good. It's all good now. I came down to the pool before and there was a couple of people in here and they were Westerners as well. But we are quite close to the centre of Hoi An. So you know, this is actually quite a good location, isn't it? I don't know how long it would take to walk to the old town from here, but I drove past a bar before and quite a few restaurants. So if that's your thing, then it's not a bad place to hang out, to stay, should I say. I feel like with these hotels, it's kind of really hard to make a lengthy video because, you know, there's not much to it. But, you know, it's great to just chill. And even if you have a family and you come to Hoi An, then you think, oh God, it's going to be so expensive. You know, I've got 2 kids, you know, and it'd be pricey. I mean, if you stay here in these types of places, you know, it's affordable. It really is. But, you know, Penang, where I want to go back to very soon. In fact, tomorrow, I'm going to go back to Penang and stay there for 4 days. And Penang is cheaper than Hoi An, surprisingly. And here is a kid with a water pistol. He's going to shoot us. It turned out he didn't want to shoot us. He wanted to throw the guns into the pool. Yeah, let me show you the water pistols. Alright there, they were on the chair before, you might have seen them because I did film them now they're in the water. Actually hoping for a water pistol fight, but he backed away. And as he should. I mean, with a guy with a Vietnamese hat. You know, I mean business. And look, there's even some petals in the water as well. It probably blew in off someone's bed because we got them on the bed.
Can you go?
Okay, so this is the front of the hotel, and there's my bike. Well, the rental, and there's the front. And look at the size of these fish. I mean, what are they feeding them? Protein shakes, protein bars. Gotta put your finger in there, you'll definitely have it. Yeah, but they're huge fish. And this is kind of like a seating area. I think here is where you have breakfast. The woman came by before and asked if I wanted banh mi. And I went for banh mi obla. I'm not sure what options are available. But she came by before and took my breakfast order, so I went for banh mi obla, which is all good, egg and bread. But yeah, I'm sure I'll be fine. So we've just arrived back to the hotel after visiting Hoi An again, and the pool is pitch black. It's a shame that there's no lights to light up the pool. It would make it a lot nicer. Oh, finally back to the room. We're gonna call it a night. We got done about 8:30 in Hoi An. We went there yesterday, so there's not a great deal more to say. But I'm on the balcony of the hotel, and it looks like there's a light there, but I can't seem to find the switch. So it's absolutely pitch black out here. Obviously, you can see the lights in the distance there, which look quite nice. But you know, if I wanted to sit out here, I mean, I could, I suppose, but I'd probably get bitten by mosquitoes, and it's absolutely pitch black. It's not the most romantic of scenes, but it is what it is, huh? If I find the switch, I'll let you know. Actually, I don't think there's a light bulb in there. Well, since the light's not working outside, I thought I'd come in, have a beer before I go to sleep, and I'll see you all in the morning for breakfast. Cheers. Well, good morning. Oh, what a nice day. I feel a bit drained because there's no coffee to have a coffee. Perhaps I'll have coffee downstairs, but I'm going to go meet a friend by the beach to have a coffee in a moment. But let's go and check out breakfast.
Smaller, thinner.
Now for the hotel. The breakfast this morning, it was nice. It was nice, it really was. I mean, I requested banh mi obla, which is egg with bread. Pretty simple. I wasn't sure what was on the offer. I think it was instant noodles. My partner had banh mi tikno, which is meat and bread. And they also gave us dragon fruit, which was a nice touch. And they gave us bread with jam as well. I think it was pineapple jam, I think it was. And they also gave us passion fruit juice and a coffee, which was really good. What else? Oh, and a pancake. They gave us banana pancake, which is something you can actually buy in Hoi An. But anyway, that was really nice as well. The breakfast was actually decent, you know, like for the amount of money you pay for this place, for what you get, it's you can't really complain. You really can't. You know, you walk into the hotel and you realise that a buffet breakfast is not available. I'm quite disappointed, but actually the breakfast was fine. It really was, and it was a nice setting too. We sat over there, just behind me, on the tables over there, and they had some very relaxing, therapeutic music, great for the morning, and you were covered in shade. And the waitress, she was just lovely, absolutely fantastic. She was so accommodating, very friendly, and ensured that everything was fine. And that's how it should be. That's how it really should be. As far as the room, I mean, for the most part, it was extremely clean. I don't know if this has been here a long time, this hotel, but the rooms were spotless, apart from the odd stain on the sheet. But I'm not going to hold that against them. I mean, you know, it's probably nothing, you know, severe. But like, you know, we had beer, everyone had beer, but I brought my own beer. When we went to Hoi An last night, I brought some home because we came back quite early, so I had a couple of beers in the room. The light outside didn't work, I don't think, in the balcony, which was a disappointment because I like we sat there for 20 minutes or so. The beds, comfortable, extremely comfortable. I slept really well. In fact, I got up this morning to meet a friend for coffee, and I didn't want to get up. The beds were just so comfortable, and it was really big. I mean, you probably could fit 4 people in that bed, no bother. It was definitely a king size bed. And the pool is very secluded. It's quite private. You have a nice level of vegetation around you. You can hear the bikes on the main road beeping away, but yeah, whatever. It's not a big issue unless you have a thing about bikes beeping. The pool is quite deep as well. I'm about 5'11", 5'10", and the pool was neck height, so it was quite deep. And obviously it's got a shallow end as well, for the kids to play in. Unlike the other hotels, there was no swimming aids, which may have made this pool area a bit better. You know, especially if you have kids who are not so confident at swimming. It'd be nice to have like a rubber dinghy or something to help them to ensure their safety. But I guess, you know, if you're a parent here, you should be really keeping an eye on your kids anyway. But overall, the hotel was a fantastic experience. Now, how much did I pay? How much did I pay for this hotel? Well, it only cost £15 a night. Do you think that's expensive for this? Do you think it's too expensive? I don't think so. Like I said in a previous video, you can get hotels for way cheaper than this. You can. I've seen hotels for £8, £10, £10. I don't know if they're any good. I really don't. But I was tempted to try one, but I wanted to go with a more. I wanted to go with a different feel of a hotel, so I went for the rustic look. Instead of going for the modern, contemporary hotel, I thought I'd go for something a little bit different to show you what you could get in Hoi An. And I'm sure in many places in Vietnam, you get hotels for roughly around about the same price. If you're on a budget, and again, you can go cheaper. There are some hotels in Hoi An that £30 a night, £40 a night. Some of the resorts are like £150 a night. So it really depends, kind of, on what you want and your budget. But there's a budget for everyone. You might pay a lot of money to come to Vietnam, for your flights. But once you're here, and you have money saved up, food and drink and hotels, you shouldn't spend all that much money when you're here. You shouldn't really spend a great deal when you're here. But of course, it depends on what you like, what you want to do. There's excursions that you can go on as well in Hoi An, which I don't think is too expensive. You've got like the basketboard tour, which you go on you want a basketball and you go down the river, which is quite nice. I've done that before. And when I was doing it, there was a guy steering the board, and he would let you have a go of it, and then he would take you to like some trees. I'm not sure what kind of tree it was actually. It was a bamboo perhaps, but he made some stick insects out of the branches, which was fantastic. And actually, if you go to Hoi An, you'll see someone making that as well. But yeah, you've got the basketball tour. And what else? You obviously got the old town in Hoi An. Where I'm going next, I'm not sure, but I'm going back to Da Nang before going back to the village. So I'm going to stay in another hotel. So I'll probably make a review of that. So, hope you enjoyed my video. Peace out and see you next time.